What it do? What it do, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk for Real Men. This is February the 9th. Glad to be here on a Wednesday evening. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. And we got something special planned for you. Can you believe that we're in February? This year is already rolling by us. But we know what comes up in February, folks. This is love. We're coming down off of the hibernation of winter, cuffing season. People are breaking up, making up, doing whatever they do. And what's happening in February, next Monday, in fact, it's Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. So guess what I got in store for you guys tonight? Guess what I got in store for you tonight? As part of the TFG TV platform, we are hosting our first all-male panel show tonight, the Valentine's Day edition. So please comment, like, subscribe, share to my channel, share to the platform of TFG TV, become a part of what's happening here. It is something special. And if every well, I got kicked off for a minute. I hope AT&T is not playing funny games with me. We are going to be bringing in our guests now. Sorry for the minor hiccup, but this is live. This is how we do it. So the first person I want to bring in is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Lamb. This is the owner and the man behind it all, TFG TV. What's going on, Mr. Lamb?
Not much. How's it going, boss man?
Yes, sir. Doing pretty good. Thank you. Thank you for blessing us with being a part of it tonight. I love it. And then let's bring in Mr. Kenny from Texas. This is my brother right here. What's going on, brother Kenny?
Man, look at this crew right here, man. We got the crew tonight. We're going to keep it funky, as I always say. What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are hoping and looking for much more panels, but you guys know we on CP time. So we're going to give a little window to allow the other guests to arrive, pop in. I hope they pop in here shortly. But if we're going to get this thing cracking regardless at about 10 after, then they'll just have to pop in. But in case this is your first time tuning in and you don't know what the all-male panel is all about, this is an opportunity for women, ladies watching right now, to ask anything you want to ask. There is no off-topic, no taboo, no holds barred. And in case you haven't realized, this is an adult show. It's going to be some adult language being used here. You know, now we're going to do our best to keep it toned down to a certain extent. But some things you just have to say a certain way. You're going to have to hear some dances, some shits, and some other things. So we're going to have to do it the way we do it because that's how we get down. I already see we got Miss Lynette popping in. Lynette, share this with your friends. As I told you out there, get your lady friends together. Get your popcorn. Tell your mama, tell your cousin, tell your sister. When are you ever going to be able to get a bunch of men together and to be able to answer anything you want to ask?
Right.
And there is no holds barred. That's how it's going down. My brothers are starting to pop in. Mr. Rashawn right here in the A. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? How's it going tonight?
Yes, sir. We are doing it. Thank you for blessing us with your presence tonight. We're giving about another 6 minutes for some more of my male panel to pop in. And so while we're doing that, I'm going to get you guys to tell a little bit about yourself. You can introduce yourself however you want. And I'll say it this way right from the beginning. We don't do labels here on Real Talk for Real Men. We're men. We talk about things like men. So I want you to tell the audience really quickly whatever you want to say about yourself. And let me start with my brother, Mr. Lamb. Again, this is the owner of TFG TV. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Lamb.
I keep it simple. 38 years old. Divorced. Got married when I was 21. Was married for 8 years. 2 kids came out of it. Amazing, wonderful kids that produce on this network, by the way. I always want to give them I'm out in this dating scene now and seeing some very interesting stuff. So that's it. So I'm trying to stay busy.
There you go.
While navigating this crazy dating landscape in this
world. Yes, sir. That's why we do Real Talk. What's up, D? Mr. Kenny, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Kenny.
Real quick, I'm 53. I just turned 53 years old a couple of weeks ago. I got married when I was young too. I got married when I was 22. I was married for 19 years, divorced in 2013. I've been single. I've been divorced since then. Haven't really been in a serious relationship since my divorce. Just like Brother Lamb say, there's a lot of potholes and detour signs and speed bumps in these single streets. So it's kind of tough out here. But I kind of keep myself busy, and I'm just keeping myself busy with sports. That's my passion. So
I love it. I love it. Happy birthday, Brother Kenny. Lynette
thank you,
says.
Lynette. Thank you.
And Mr. Rashawn, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I can say, my name is Rashawn. I live in Atlanta. I'm 32 years old. I'm a fashion stylist here in Atlanta, motivational speaker, life coach. Haven't been married yet. I don't know if I'm looking forward to getting married. Like I said, it's hard out here, man. It's
yes,
crazy.
it is. Yes, it is.
But yeah, no children. Like I say, I live in Atlanta. Yeah, just out here, just grinding, man. Just trying to get my career and my, my empire to where I want it to be, man. So that's it.
Oh, let me say I had 3 adult children. My bad. My children would be mad at me. 3 adult children. I got 2 boys, 2 young men, and a daughter, and I have 1 granddaughter who's 7.
That's what's up. Mick Mac, my co-host, appreciate you. In case you don't know, I'm 54 years old, just turned 54 in January, divorced happily, 1 knucklehead son, a lifelong committed bachelor, but I've hung up my spurs. I finished chasing them nasty, filthy hoes a long time ago. And so I'm looking for something different, but I'm out here trying to navigate this landscape as well. We're going to bring in Mr. Burt, and then we're going to get this thing cracking in about 3 minutes. Welcome, Mr. Burt, my brother.
What's going on, brothers?
You came
What's
in at
up?
the right
What's up,
time.
Burt?
Go on.
Give us a little brief intro of who you are and what you're about.
All right. Basically, I'm engaged to my fiance Hannah. And I'm just to tell you the truth, what I'm about. I'm just about like no drama, man.
That's what's up.
I'm about just being straight up, keep that communication line open, and just we stand where we stand at. You know what I'm saying? And we just push each other to be great. That's what I'm about. That's what our relationship is about. That's our foundation, and I love it.
Absolutely. Appreciate that, my brother. And there's the beautiful fiance right on target.
Evening.
Right on target.
Evening, ladies. Evening,
Yeah.
Sherry. Evening, Hannah and Jenny. Evening
Yes,
to all you
indeed.
ladies.
Yes, indeed. So you know what? I'm gonna go on and get it started with the first question. I'm gonna start you guys off with something easy, and in honor of Valentine's Day, I'm gonna ask the question pertaining to Valentine's Day. What's up, Dreamy?
What's up, Dreamy?
What's going on all the way from New York City? We appreciate you. So, fellas, and again, speak out. With men, we respect each other's space a lot more than women do. I'm sorry, ladies, we do. But having said that, let's start with the first question. Even though sex is not a Valentine's Day gift, is it still required on Valentine's Day? What's your thoughts on that? Even though sex is not a Valentine's Day gift, is it required? So do you require? I see Lamb is taking a sip for that. Just to set things off right. I'll be answering. Was somebody ready to go? Because I was
gonna say, I wouldn't say required, but I'd say a strong expectation. It's expected. They don't like when we say required. A strong expectation. I would hope that she's expecting to get laid too, right? If it doesn't happen, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong, what happened, what's the missing F here, what's going on. So it's expected for sure.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in? And where we're going to do this, you don't have to answer every question. So I'm just going to kind of keep it moving. But anybody else got something to say on that one?
Lamar hit it out the park. I don't think we require it, but we would definitely, it's definitely look forward to. My thing is if I done went all out and fed you and bought you something nice, I would like a little pat on the head and some special attention, as my man Bernie Mac called it, the end of the night.
That's right.
A pat on which head?
Both of them.
There you go. I think it's safe to say you two guys nailed it. it's a harsh word is to be that it's required, but if we're celebrating that day and you expect a gift, well, damn it, I think it's only fair, that, at the end of it, that it should be capped off with, with some sex, that's certainly going to make things better, and Hannah, you're right. Open them legs after opening gifts.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely. No doubt. I'll throw another one at you, Valentine's Day related. If your significant other received a Valentine's Day message from their ex, would that upset you?
Yeah.
It would
I'm gonna be
upset
straight
you?
up. I'm like,
Okay.
I don't think he gonna bag you. But at the end of the day, what he doing, what I mean? Like texting, I'm not gonna say it's your fault or nothing like that. I mean, I'll be a little skeptical. But I mean, like, what's going on here? Yeah, I would feel some type of way.
Yeah. I would give it a side eye. I'll feel some type of way. And it also would depends on, I mean, first of all, what would the message? I mean, would he just say Happy Valentine's Day? But is there some other little innuendos and stuff in that message too? But yeah, I would feel some type of way. Mm-hmm.
I have questions. I'm not sure where this mic came from, but
shoot.
My questions are the access. How much access does this person have? Why do they still feel so comfortable sending you whatever this message says? You haven't cut them off. They obviously they see you on social media. They know you with somebody. So are they blatantly being disrespectful while they know you with somebody? It's not the times where we can't see what people are doing. They know. Now, unless you blocked them. Now, if you blocked them, then they can't reach you on the phone. Can't see you on social media. They still have access. So I'm a little pissed. I'll be a little bothered with the fella. And I'd be also bothered depending on how she handles it. Now, if a block comes after the message, she shows it to me, we laugh about it, and then the block comes, good girl. If that don't happen, she hides it from me. I come up on it somehow. Or she feeling some kind of way about it, feeling good about it, then we got some concerns.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I same thing. I definitely would be feeling some type of way because first off, out of all days of the year, why are they texting you on Valentine's?
I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
And
I
so
immediately would take that as disrespect.
I agree with you 1,000%, Rashawn. That for me is where my mind went to. By nature, I'm not a jealous person. I never would check a person's phone. I could care less about stuff like that. And I'm even okay with whoever I'm with, having friends, whatever, however you opposite sex or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's not that deep for me. But the fact that the person would text you on that day of all days, it's a little disrespectful. It's a little disrespectful,
Right.
So I'm going to sit back and watch how she handles it.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's what's going to determine that. So those two questions both came from Hannah. Just so you know.
Hey, Black, how about this? Now put a little bit more into it. Now, what if it's like the child's father? Like, what if she has a child by his man as the father?
I still think that's disrespectful.
Like, that can be a little crazy.
I agree. So obviously, if we have a decent relationship, me and her baby daddy, whatnot, then that's still a matter of respect.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it boils down to.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
But now if it's contentious and he's just being, an
being
asshole,
petty, being messy, yeah.
Then I get it. I get it. Let's ramp this thing up. I got a question coming from my homegirl Aria, all the way from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Yeah. She's a real deal too. She asked a simple question, but I really like this question because if you fall for someone, do you wait until it feels appropriate to tell them, or do you just let it out right then?
Oh, that's a real good one.
If you fall for somebody, do you keep it in? You wait for the appropriate time, or do you just let it come out? I guess they want to see, I'm not going to define intention. How do you handle that if you fall for somebody?
I let it out. I'm guilty of moving very quickly with feelings and actions and everything. I could be out of a relationship. My history. I could be out of a relationship into another one in the next week, to be honest with you. And I was they'll know it. I'm gonna tell them if they with it, then great. If they not, then they'll keep on moving. But yeah, I'm very open in regard to how I feel about the person.
And I'm the exact opposite from Lamar. I'm a whole lot more guarded because of the disappointments I've had in romantic relationships. So I won't. Nah, if I'm feeling you, it'll take me a minute. I have to feel like you got to probably tell me you feeling me first, because I'm gonna keep that close to the chest until I feel like that the feelings are mutual.
And for the record, I know for a fact, Mr. Brother Kenny is a Capricorn, as am I. What's your sign, Lamar?
Libra.
Libra.
25th.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. I think I typically fall pretty quickly, like say move quickly, because the way I see it, first off, I'm not gonna allow any of my past relationships dictate where I'm at right now. Right? Life doesn't stop. Life's gonna keep going. So yeah, that's that. At this point, it was your loss. So if I got with somebody else tomorrow, we broke up yesterday, and I don't fell for you next week, and everything is mutual, hey, I'm gonna go with it.
I got you.
That was my ex loss.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what's your sign, Rashawn?
I'm a Taurus.
Taurus.
Okay. We might have lost Bert. We'll come back. As a Capricorn, and this is, not has nothing to do with, I'm just like Kenny. Kenny and I share so many similarities, and although I don't necessarily subscribe to horoscopes, look, I agree with him 1,000%. I am very much guarded, and I don't know if that's a Capricorn thing, and we similar in age or whatnot. But yeah, for me, it is about kind of waiting. I don't even necessarily know if I'm waiting for the time to be right, other than that, like you, Brother Kenny, I don't want to put myself out there until I'm reasonably sure. I'm somewhat of a control freak, I guess, in that sense. I need to be damn near certain that the person feel the same way before I put myself out there and go there. So yeah, I'm gonna hold it in, I'm holding it in a little bit. What about you, Brother Bert?
Oh yeah, 100%. I got to make sure it's a two-way street. I can't leave myself open like that. I did that before. Worst thing I've ever done. And I will never, I never did that again. So I got to make sure before I put myself fully out there, I got to make sure you on board.
Can I add something, Mr.?
Sure, please.
For me, falling for someone is a matter of trust. Like I look at, for instance, love. I look at it as an action versus a feeling. So I feel like, and I start everyone up high. You have to prove to me that I can trust you more so than building the trust. So I look at it kind of different. So
absolutely,
if I'm interested in someone based on what I've seen and based on my conversations with them, and I have them on this plateau, if you will, of trust. I trust you until you force me not to anymore. Then it makes it easy for me to fall for someone until they show me different.
I got you.
I got that too. And I think we can all probably say we all have experienced different dating situations and marriages or whatever. So our experiences is probably going to kind of shape on how we move forward when it comes to relationships, because we all have different dating and experiences and backgrounds.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to change the subject. I got Andrina from California. This is a Cali girl. Lynette says, that's me. I will trust you till you give me a reason not to.
And then you can never get it back. Once it's
once it's gone, it's gone, huh?
Gone, exactly.
All right. So Andrina says, would you agree? So this is kind of would you agree the conscious community leaders encourage division between the melanin man and woman? Would you agree the conscious community leaders encourage division between the melanin man and woman?
I would say no. I think they encourage it. I disagree. I think they encourage more of Black love and Black marriages and relationships more so than discouraging. But that's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
That's an interesting question, though.
I love it. I love the question.
I think depending on how you look at it, you said community leaders. Are we talking about politicians?
She put in parentheses.
No, I think she talking about the conscious, the conscious people,
that's
the woke
the part
people,
that for
the
me,
woke people, as we call them.
That's
who she talking about.
Okay, I thought we were talking about political. Now, if we're not talking about political, just the woke folks, then I say, I think so. I think they do encourage.
Oh, you think they encourage?
I think we do enjoy seeing us with one another, but whole. two whole individuals with one another rather than a couple of broken folks or one broken person and a whole person, and it kind of creates a disaster.
Okay.
If I'm looking at this question the right way.
Because I got something different, but go ahead, Bert.
When you talk about the constantly, are you talking about the people like Kevin Samuels, all that? You talking about folks like that?
You
yeah,
know
kind of
what?
talking like the Umar Johnsons, the supposedly conscious woke people of
Okay, then I have a
those kind of people, those people that we subscribe to.
Oh, so you talking about that? Okay.
Yeah, like the Umar Johnsons and all those conscious people somewhere.
You use Umar Johnson, huh? Not all people.
I'm just saying that's just the first one came to the top of my head. Obviously, I'm just maybe a bad example, but
I think some of them do. They do try to preach unity between the genders, but I don't know. Sometimes in how the way they are in their own life, sometimes it just doesn't mirror what they're speaking about. So I say some of them do, and they do it in good consciousness, but some of them, I don't know. It's like kind of 50-50 with me.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I see. For me, when I saw the term conscious community, maybe because I'm from a different generation at my age, I do think in many ways they encourage a disconnect between, because I think what they showcase a lot of time is they actually advertise. Well, I guess I'm thinking of it from perspective of the videos and the marketing strategies that they use. I don't think we see the encouragement of melanin skin, as she called the black people together. I think the woke community is the exact opposite. I think they're pushing an agenda that you should be everything but with your own race. You should embrace everybody else. That's kind of what I see.
No, the woke people. No, that's the opposite. The so-called woke people preaches loving your own people, loving your black skin, loving your black women. Yeah, so my understanding to the question, she's asking, does the conscious community, which conscious and woke is the same thing, they can be used interchangeably, or do they promote black love is basically her question. Me personally, I think they do, but I do agree with Bert. I think it can be 50-50. Sometimes you don't see a lot of it, but I think they do want to see more of black men and black women loving on each other in marriage.
I still think the opposite, but
okay,
that's what I said. That's the beautiful part about it, because even those that speak about the so-called black love kind of thing, those aren't the people though that I see with African American art in their homes. I don't see those people visiting African American museums and cultural events. I see them at everything but that. So that's my observation, but you will agree to disagree. So I appreciate the question, though, Adrena. That was a good one.
It was a good one.
We got Shantae got a question for us. If you are with someone who you wouldn't want to be with in the long run, why are you still there? If you're with somebody and that this is not going the distance, why do you stay?
I think there's a myriad of reasons.
Thank you. Okay, Brother Lamb, you got it.
One being children, two being dependents. There's some fellas that just aren't where they would like to be, and that woman is a crutch for them as they try to trek to where they're trying to get financially. And kids, I think kids is the biggest though. A lot of times splitting up the family is a very difficult thing, even when you can tell that this situation is not going to be the end all be all for you relationship wise. Okay.
Anybody else want to add to that?
Yeah, I think that was a good point, Mark. That was really good. I think going a little bit beyond that, like you were saying, as far as the crutch, some people at certain times, even though they know that person isn't right for them, it's just another warm body in the bed, just somebody to be around just for the time being until they make that transition to whoever they think is that person they want to be with.
Okay.
And I got one too. I agree with both my brothers, but the late great Johnny Taylor made a song that I think a lot of men, a lot of men stay because it's cheaper to keep her.
That is a valid point. That's a valid point.
That's real talk. Just to add to my two brothers before, but they knocked it out the park.
Rashawn, what you say to this?
I guess that's when I question then why get with it in the beginning, because my thing is this: we all are born with the discernment, right? We know right from wrong. Most of us, we don't want to tap into it, right? So we know. So if I see somebody out that I know I'm attracted to or interested in, I know right then and there if that's something I want to really pursue long term, or where I want to be.
Wow.
Or if I know it would just want to be a quick fuck for the night.
Okay. Right. Wow. Okay.
You know, you see what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
Most of us want to tap into that discernment because we don't want to, you know, accept what the outcome is going to be.
Absolutely.
That's the way I see it.
I love that. And that's real. That's real. My sister in New York says, I've learned not to stay with a person for the kids. Make yourself happy first. I agree with you, sis.
I agree with that.
Lynette says, I keep black garbage bags in my house to exit people stage left.
Why the garbage bags got to be black, Lynette?
I know.
Why they got to be black? They can't be white? Come on now. See, now that's that wokeness talking to me. That's my wokeness. That's my consciousness.
And D said he wrote that song about me. So I love where you came with the Rashawn. I actually have pretty much I'm a 95% sure I know when it's not going to last. But for me, I've stayed because it's something to do. You know, as a single man, you know, even if the sex is not that great, you know, I might keep the person in rotation because she gives me something to do, you know, and you know, and it's certainly if the sex is great. I've had situations where I know this is not somebody I'm going to be with long term. In fact, I've slept with women that I hate this bitch. You know, we don't get along on any other level, but the sex is great. You know what I'm saying? Like I know definitively she's probably a bad mother. You know, don't keep as clean a house or car as I like. She got a bad attitude. She ain't educated enough. But if she got a fat pumping ass, you know, she sucked dick real good, then, you know, I'm probably going to still keep her. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep her around. She's going to serve some purpose. You know? I just think sometimes for me, it's not that complicated, you know?
Right.
You know, keeping it honest, you know? So let's say, here we go. Yeah, we off and running now, you know what I'm saying? You know? All right, I got one from that.
And then another part, a lot of times you might just be comfortable. I mean, you're probably comfortable with the situation because you know you got other options. So that's a lot of times, you know, you see guys do that. You know, you're comfortable with the situation and you got other options, and you just like
optics is another one.
Facts.
Optics.
Yes. You know, absolutely. Yeah, if she's fine and shit, then you know, you keep her around for a minute. You know. Now, I've fucked a lot of ugly women too, but you know, they have to come through late night. You know, you sneak them in.
Damn, you see D? Read what D said.
You fucking from behind, you know. D said that's messed up. We are just something to do. Give us the option. We might not want to be your want your dusty ass either. Might just get a smash. That's what has always worked for me, D. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what excuse you tell yourself why you fucking me. If you fucking dick give me the pussy, then
that's true.
Doesn't really matter to me. You think D, I'm gonna really sit back and think, man, she gave me some pussy because she really likes Mike. I don't give a damn. I'm not just gonna be on the floor. But if you're willing to come in and get down on your knees and bend your musty ass over, I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. Y'all the ones overthink this shit. It's not that simple. I'm not that complicated for us. It really ain't. You know? And I love you. Speaking of D, I got a question from her. She says, and I love this question. What advice can you give a single woman or man that keeps attracting the wrong type of person? What advice do you give somebody single that keeps attracting the wrong type of person? I don't know if you guys are like me. I have a lot of single friends that call me for advice for some reason. You know,
I look in the mirror.
That's what you tell them. But is that what you tell them?
Yeah, you gotta look. You got, because if you constantly attracting the wrong person and you're still seeing this person, there's something that you are not seeing, or there's something that's going above your head.
Yeah.
Like you have to take a long look. Like you're gonna have to compare all the people that you've been with that's the wrong person, and and think about the qualities that they have, and why were you attracted to those qualities, and then it wound up turning the other way. You got to look at yourself. Sometimes you got to have, I call it a mirror moment. You got to look yourself in the mirror, like, what's wrong with me, and why are they attracted to me, or why am I attracted to them?
That is it. Can I jump in?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think attracting is the wrong word. I think you're going after a specific type, a specific look.
Oh,
You want 6'5", you want muscles, you want them to be professional, but you want to be a thug. You don't want to whoop ass, but you want to be able to whoop somebody else's ass.
Good point.
Feel safe. You want all these qualities in one, and you end up getting a goddamn head case, and then you're trying to figure out why you keep attracting these idiots. Switch up, explore something different.
Yeah.
Don't try to get it all in one bunch.
A lot of times we have these expectations of people and what we want, but we can't even produce it ourselves. You want a man that got $1 million home, that bring home 6 figures, but you want to bring home $30,000 a year. You working at McDonald's. You got to make it make sense.
I love it.
He may want the same thing. He may want somebody making $1 million, living in $1 million home. You got to make it make sense.
Absolutely.
So just settle.
And on that subject, Rashawn, one of the ladies, I don't have it in front of me right now. She asked a question on that same term. We all know who Kevin Samuels is, and that's what he talks about. Do you guys, and it's connected to the same question, attracting who we want, unrealistic expectations? Do y'all think Kevin Samuels is hitting on the head, or is he a fraud?
I think he's hitting on the head with a lot of what he says, but the way he's delivering it is a little tough for ratings. Yeah. But he's saying a whole lot of what we think, in my opinion.
Okay.
However,
I think he's just setting realistic expectation. And again, I agree with you, Lamar. I think it's just a delivery, and I think that's just his stick now. Before, I think it was just genuine, but now it's just a thing of his. But at the end of the day, I just think he's just letting the ladies know, and the men too. Like, listen, you're gonna have to dial it back a little bit, because what you think you can have is not actually what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just the reality of life. It is.
I hate that he's allowed the show business piece of it to take to where he takes a little bit of truth and he takes it to another level for the sake of ratings, which takes away the whole. They're not even listening.
Right. Now the message is lost. The message is lost, and the theatrics and all that stuff.
Because he'll be on it, and I'd be like, okay, that makes sense, and then he'll go next level. I'm like, okay, you lost me. I don't agree with that. That's a little bit.
All right. I want to read a comment from Sherry. She says, "We all know when you keep doing the same things the same way, that's called insanity. Go figure." You know, so talking about somebody attracting the wrong person, you know, she's saying that's a little bit insane. So I agree with you, sis, in that sense. But guess what? I think by and large, a lot of us are insane, for lack of a better way to explain it. I think it's a myth when it comes to women. I think you some lying sons of bitches when you sit there and talk about, you know, that you want this great guy. And, you know, we talked about this a minute, you know, the unrealistic expectations. You got to make X amount of money. He got to drive a certain kind of car. He got to do this and do that. I'm living proof that the worse I treated a woman, the better she enjoyed it. At the height of all of the shit that I did is when I was an absolute dog. Truthfully speaking, I don't have the heart to do that shit no more. I'm a fat old man and I can't perform like I used to. But if I could, and in case you're wondering, it wasn't that they was ugly. They wasn't just the ghetto bitches. In fact, I found it easier. The more intelligent, the more successful a woman was. She has all that the trappings around her anyway. But I think you guys lie to yourselves about what you want. In my personal experience, my experience is you want to be treated badly. You want to be choked up, slammed up against the wall. You enjoy that type of shit. But then it sounds good to say that you want something different. And so the advice I give them is I'm gonna go back to what you said in the beginning, Brother Brett. Look in the mirror and be honest, though. Be honest with yourself, because in 2022, it's okay to say, I got great apartment, great house. I want an old no good dude to come in here and bang me out and go about his business. It's okay to say that.
Yep.
Just own it.
Right.
So I have
everything, man.
There you go. And I literally have single female friends. You know what I tell them? Long as you fucking on your own term.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you're not gonna get no judgment from me, and they can sit here and tell you I tell them that.
Yeah.
Look, if you get horny in the middle of the night, just like we do, and you say, you know what, I don't want them to spend the night. You know what I'm saying? And I got plenty of food and everything else, but tonight I want to pin my legs clear back behind my neck. You know, and I want something stuffed so deep down my throat, and I don't want to drop a drop. That's okay. Say it.
There's what you get up and go, and I'm okay. Hey, we okay with that. We like going home at the end of the night or sending you on your way tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.
D disagrees with me. D. This I'm to speak to my baby. I had this my baby. So D, I'll ask you a question. You can put it in the comment section. You've been around me while I was doing my dirt. Tell me I treated them well. Tell the audience if I treated them well, or did I run them in there like cattle and put their monkey ass out and bring the next one in? Tell the audience if I'm lying. You know, and they loved my black ass. Now I wasn't as fat as I am now. You know, I could perform at a different level, but it's not even about that. I chose to abstain from sex even while I was fat. Right here in Atlanta, it's just this many people, men and women, that you don't have to treat them all that well. And so people attract it. That's what they do. You know? What's going on? Welcome to the party, brother DJ.
What's going on?
Good, bro.
Look out there. Oh, DJ Sullivan in the house.
Welcome, my brother. You came right on time. D said, hell no, you never did. She knows. She knows how to treat them well. You know? Before I move on to the next question, I want to catch what Mick Mac has to say. Some people say the people who you attract are a reflection of a part of you. Mm-hmm. Crazy attracts crazy. Assholes, abstract ass. So, Tasha, are you saying that I'm an asshole? If you are saying that, you're accurate.
She said, I
am an opinionated asshole, but Tasha also knows I don't tolerate assholishness in the women that I attract. You know, I demand something different from them because you can't be just like me. I get what you're trying to say, but no, I wouldn't have a woman that's as opinionated as me, as much of an asshole as me. You know, I like damaged women, to be honest, and I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to get away from that. You know, well, I do. I'm an old lion. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. You know what I'm saying? I got another question from D. You know, what are some things or habits that you find unattractive in people that you attract, either who you know, a woman or a man? What are some things that you find unattractive? Some qualities, I would say.
But now, are you attracted to them? But they just have some unattractive qualities. Is that the question?
You know what? I want you to interpret it for you.
Okay, let me.
I want you to interpret it for you. What are some things and habits that you find unattractive? I'm gonna start while you guys think. Anybody who knows me, hygiene is probably my number one thing. That's my number one thing. You could be ugly. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't even have to be the brightest bulb, you know, in the pack. I could care less what your income is, but you got to be clean, reasonably clean. You know, that for me is my deal breaker right there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm fucking you and I got to open up my windows and air out my house afterwards, we got a real problem. You know, and I've had that happen. You know, by then you too deep to stop. You kind of go ahead. Now that I've gotten older, you know, I would refrain, but I fucked some funky bitches in my day, and you know, I'm older now, wiser. You know,
Black, you ain't had him watch that?
I'm sorry?
You ain't have him watch that before you hit it?
And when I was younger, it really didn't matter. That's why I had chlamydia 4 times in a row, back to back to back. You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a better changed man now. But hygiene for me is one of those things. You know, I'm just saying. Look, I'm telling you guys what to avoid. And hold on. And the truth of it is, you don't always know that. You know, sometimes when they take them drawers off, and you 10 minutes in before that smell come bumping up and choking you around the neck.
Like, what
You
the
know,
hell?
it don't
yeah,
always
nah,
just jump out at you.
Yeah, you can't
Like,
abort the
what the hell
mission
is
at
this?
that point.
Do I
You,
stop
yeah,
or do I
you,
keep going?
right,
You
right.
in
You
it
can't.
now.
Right.
You in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all up in the mission now. You can't abort it at that point.
You know what I'm saying? So that for me is hygiene. What about you guys? Mr. DJ, you came right on time. I'm putting you in here. What are some things or habits that for you turn you off?
I guess I'll piggyback off of you. Hygiene is definitely one of them. I haven't had many bad experiences with hygiene, but I guess it's like no ambition really. Like they want you to be a certain way, but then they're nowhere close to what you are or what they want you to be. So I guess that's more a turn off because I like smart women, right? So that's my
Okay.
thing. I like that.
Wow.
So
Wow. You know, I can't stand a smart bitch, but okay. Somebody else go.
Sometimes they can be too goddamn smart. Like to the point where they can controlling. So controlling is mine. Your ass controlling, or you one of those women
Okay.
that's I need a man that can handle me. I ain't got time to be trying to handle your ass. You
Right.
All right. All right.
I ain't got time to be battling the battle of the minds every damn day over every situation, every decision that needs to be made.
right.
All right.
I definitely, yeah. To piggyback off of brother Lamar and DJ, definitely hygiene is up there. I ain't really had no bad experience with that, but that's one. But two,
I cannot be the only person who dealt with that.
no.
Thank you.
I may have caught one on a bad night, but it was just a bad night. There wasn't no bad month. Now, the way you talking, you sound like you catch them for a bad month. I ain't caught none with no bad month, but I'm like Lamar and men. A woman that bashes men. That's a turn off. If she's everything is negative toward men, that's a wrap. I ain't fooling with you. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
All right. Damn. Okay.
To interject really quick on Kenny, I piggyback that too because to me that's bitter. Like bitter women, I can't stand bitter women. Like I'm not the guy you were. I'm not the guy you experienced before. So I don't have to pay for everything he did to you.
Right.
And I gotta deal with that. So my bad. Go ahead, Bert.
No, speak up, brother.
You guys all hit it out the park. Hygiene, the whole nine. I don't like when you're loud and belligerent. I don't like that. I don't like women that's loud like that. You know what I mean? And just all over the place, just messy. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that.
Okay. Where you stand on this one, Rashawn?
I'm gonna definitely say hygiene. That's definitely a big one for me. Definitely.
Ladies, if you're listening, wash your ass because the full panel, you know. And so when you got these nails that you're going to get, when I see a woman with them long ass nails, I know your pussy stink. I know it. There is no way that you can wash effectively with them nails so long and everything and it's that because you can't get up in them cracks and I know your pussy stink. I know your drawers can walk across the room and stand on their own. I know it.
Look,
no doubt about it. You know what I'm saying?
That smells something vicious, man.
I'm just saying, you know. It matters. Wash, you know. And I ain't gonna get into teaching you how to wash. Absolutely. And I even got a woman agreeing with me. That's the truth. That is the truth. You know. All right. Those questions came from D, who just said that's the truth.
Good question.
Brother Bird, you talked about loud ghetto women. In the spirit of that, Roland Dreamy has a question that I thought was interesting. Why do men cheat on hood women or hood men? Why do men cheat on? So from where she's asking it, my assumption is that men, I guess, don't cheat on, they only cheat on hood women. She said, why do men cheat on hood women? And I'm making this open for hood men, hood, whatever. So that's what she's asking.
Cheat on or cheat with? Did she mean
cheat on?
With or cheat on?
Cheat on hood women?
Cheat on hood women. By the way the question is posed, the assumption is that men somehow cheat more on if the woman or man is hood. So first of all, do you even you might not even agree with that?
I got it.
I don't necessarily agree with that. However, I can kind of see where she's going because I think a lot of time the hood chick is a relief from the other type of chick you've been with. So it's almost like a plaything. It's almost like a new experience because when I got divorced, my whole thing was I'm gonna give me a hood chick that can wear my ass out just like I want to wear her ass out.
Okay.
I want to see what that's about. So I went and got a few hood chicks and had no plans on being with them for the long haul. I just want to see what that ass did. I just want to see what it did in the bedroom. You know, the hood chicks with a couple of tattoos on the ass and perhaps a bullet wound.
That's right. That's right. That's right. While we thinking about it, Hannah got a good point. Even Beyonce got cheated on. So, okay. Anybody else want to tackle? Anybody else want to tackle this one? Y'all feel
low key? Beyonce hood though behind closed doors.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
no
key she is.
Now
Right.
True.
I have a good
Right.
friend that was a designer for her when she was on the run tour too. And he was like, Beyonce hood is shit.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Whitney Houston was a hood chick.
Yeah.
The image that they put out, but she was a hood chick. Let's keep it real. You know, Hannah says plenty of men who cheat with good chicks, not on them. So I would go a different direction.
I think real quickly.
No, take your time. I was just filling in. I want to hear y'all.
When it comes to cheating, I think women always think it's about how you look. Like it's not about how you look.
Right.
Like I can go smash 5 different girls tonight, and I'm still in love with my girl. It's not necessarily. I'm not saying, first of all, black men don't cheat. Let me say that first of all. But
I know what you mean by that, brother.
I think,
bravo.
and I may be biased when I say
mean.
this, but I think when men cheat, it's more because they're not getting something from that girl they want.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody else is offering what they want, and they go get that experience, and then they come back home. I'm not saying it's a good thing to do, but that's what I feel a lot of men do. So, But anyway, that's my opinion.
Okay.
The man is a bumblebee. We're supposed to pollinate.
DJ, he said you're a liar. Men cheat. They say what?
No, we don't.
No, he said black men.
Black men don't cheat.
Right.
Black men. You got it's a play on the word. You got to understand men.
Right.
I want to bring up a scenario. We've all seen the movie Baby Boy. My literal favorite scene in the whole movie when Yvette and him is going up the stairs after they come from getting the food or whatever. And she's, Jody, please, did you sleep with her? She's pestering the shit out of him. At one point, he turns around. Yes, Yvette, I cheated on you. Is that what you want to hear? I lied to them out there because I love you. So I'm taking this a different direction. Dreamy, since you asked that question, I think for me, speak for myself, I cheated more on the good women in my life because I wanted them to live inside that Pollyanna bubble. There is certain things that I wanted to put her on over here on the pedestal. I'm not going to do all the nastiest things I want necessarily to this person. When I've been in relationships and they were good to me, I go on lockdown status when she came around. My nasty, filthy hoes know not to call, know to show respect. And my thing is, but I'm going to cheat on her. I'm going to cheat, if that's what you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's unnatural to think one woman can satisfy a man. That's just personally, my belief. Having said that, I'm going to lie to you. The hood chick, I ain't got to lie to. She know what this is. She know how it runs. That's the one that's willing to climb in a window, come in the back door, turn around because I'm fucking her because she's too ugly. She knows she's ugly. I'm not doing anything that she doesn't expect or don't know. She know what this is about. It's you women that, that have that certain status and work that you feel like, we got to treat you a certain way. And to a certain extent, if I'm getting what I want, I will do that, but I'm going to cheat on you. It's still, and so cheating happens. We mentioned Beyonce. Cheating is going to happen, and here's the answer nobody want to talk about for you ladies. We cheat. You ain't going to like my answer here because we can. The reality is the numbers is in our favor. You know what I'm saying? It's way more of you than us. Y'all way more tolerant than us. And good dick will make you slap your mama. So guess what? So anyway, that's my thing. No way you can cheat and still be in love. I can love you to death. I loved my wife.
That's right.
I loved her dearly, but I can't get everything from her. My wife was a Christian. She thought oral sex was a form of bestiality, so I had to let her live inside her belief system. But I got to get my dick sucked. Come on now,
Right.
that's inhumane.
Did she say that you can't? Did she say you can't be in love and cheat?
Yeah, that's what she said. You cannot be in love and cheat at the same time. Cheating is not about how we feel about you. It's about, somebody said it earlier, it's about opportunity.
Ma'am, that's false.
And it's about opportunity.
Men are wired differently.
People get love screwed up anyway. What really is love?
Right.
That was actually a question. So that was actually a question asked earlier. So let's go there then. What do you define as love?
I mean, I think love, honestly, is just, definitely caring about that person inside and out, right? Being transparent, being open and honest. I think that's the issue with a lot of relationships now, is because of the fact that we get with somebody and we tell each other what we think you want to hear to get you.
Absolutely.
Versus just saying, hey, if you come into this situation, if you want an open relationship, tell your partner that. Tell your significant other that. Hell, you don't know, they might be down for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't know it. Like they're saying, closed mouths don't get fed. You don't know it until you open your mouth and say it.
You get what you negotiate. In my opinion. A lot
of times we negotiate the wrong thing, but then we get in that marriage or that relationship and the shit ain't going right. Now we're ready to dip.
Beautiful.
That's just like,
it happens all the time.
When you start a job. If that job only offer you $40,000,
speak on it, and
you accept it now. That's what you negotiated, and you know goddamn well you want to make $60K a year. Why are you gonna take that $40,000?
There you go. Because the moment you take it, you angry from day one.
Yeah. Now you miserable.
Absolutely. Anybody else want to define what love is?
I agree. I agree with Rashawn, but me personally, I define love as pretty simple. I think love is when you can be emotionally and physically naked with somebody and don't have a problem with it.
I love that answer.
Yeah,
I love that answer.
Me personally,
I agree.
I love that answer.
I like
if you can't do both, then that ain't love.
Yeah.
It's like a spiritual connection. It's a spiritual connection, man. It's like y'all linked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You like you said, brother, like you just totally open. You know what I mean? Y'all can talk about almost anything. You know what I'm saying? And nothing is off the table. You know, you both on board. You know what I mean? You're shooting for the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And it feels natural. You know, it doesn't feel forced or anything like that. It feels like this is what it should be like.
I like that.
I think love is everything that you guys said. I think what's missing nowadays, and this is my opinion, it's not situational. Like, just because you're mad at me or something happens doesn't mean you should stop loving me. Like, I think a lot of people miss that. I think as soon as something goes wrong, then all of a sudden everything that we work for and built together is out the window, and we all know our options, right? So now I feel everybody knows their options, and nobody's working for their relationship anymore because of that. So I think that's really missing nowadays.
I look at it kind of different. I like what Hannah said. She said love and in love are two different things. I could love you through whatever. In love, that to me, that's like the stock market. For me, it go up and down about a minute. Listen, for me, in love is based on how I feel about you. There are women I've been with that just because of who they were, I wanted to give them everything. I wanted to do what I can. I'm at the store and I think about them and think about things I want to give them because I want to see that smile on their face. There's women I've been with that I couldn't stand their asses and I couldn't wait to get out of there.
That's right.
Whatsoever, but I love them.
Right.
But I'm in love with them. I'm not giving a damn about doing some extra stuff to put a smile on their face. So I look at them. I look at love and in love totally different.
Oh, definitely.
I agree
with that.
Very good point.
Yeah, I agree.
I wanted to piggyback on what DJ said. When I look at this panel, and we're missing about 5 people, believe it or not, so I don't know what happened to them. I had a whole dais because we've got even more experiences, but maybe I'm a little jaded, and I've told this brother this directly many times. That's Brother Bert sitting there on camera, that he gives me hope. He's engaged to what I think is a beautiful woman in the way she carries herself. I love you guys' relationship. It's real, it's real. I've been knowing you guys for a while, and you guys are real, and that gives me hope. But to DJ's point, I don't necessarily. He talked about situational. I think so much has been taken away from love from a traditional sense to where we in a new arena. And I said this when I first started this show, the very first episode. When it's Real Talk for Real Men, first I said, you know what? I'm lost out here, and I don't know where to go. And I still feel the same way, as I'm navigating the waters out here. I don't necessarily know what love is anymore. I have not been on an actual date in maybe 4 years. I have not kissed a woman in the mouth in a couple of years. And so when I hear you guys talk about, I love your description, Brother Kenny, talking about being emotionally and spiritually naked in front of one another. I don't know if that's possible anymore. It might be me, but the landscape that I live in case people say, oh, it's just Atlanta. No, it's not just Atlanta. Travel, see places, see things. I don't necessarily know if love for me exists anymore, because Brother DJ's right. It is very situational. Well, what am I doing for this person? Women have changed and their expectations. You can't open the door for a woman anymore. Chivalry is dead, and you bitches killed it. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of if you're going to keep changing up on me, so I am jaded and guarded and don't know if I'm going to give somebody all of me anymore, because I don't know if that even matters anymore. I don't know if that even matters. Stephen, my brother, you hit the link. Hold on. Check the link out. We're going to have somebody else join us here in a second, but I want to read this story from Lynette. She said, I don't know what real love is because I've never experienced it in a relationship. So, wow. So that's kind of deep, and that's my thing, and that's real. While I bring on another guest, I'm going to ask another question. This one's coming from Dreamy. Do you think that dating is harder or easier with the internet?
Easier. It's definitely easier.
Okay.
I'll say this: it's easier to find sex than to find somebody really worth spending your time with. Like if you wanted some ass, you can go get some ass right now if you want it. But if you want to find somebody with that connection, it's hard. So I'll say one more thing and I get off. I feel with dating or this love, right? You see women, they post all day about what a man he has to do this, do that all day. They're posting that, right?
Right.
I think when men are in love with that woman, all that stuff is naturally done because we want to do that stuff. If that man's not doing that for you, he doesn't like you. He doesn't want to be with you. That's a sign right there that tells you you're the wrong person. Because you don't got to tell a man what to do to please you. We watch everything they do.
He wants to or he don't want to.
Right.
That's right.
And if you try to force him to do it and he's doing it grudgingly, and he's going to become resentful, and it's going to be on the down.
Right.
Real quick.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody disagree? Welcome, Brother Stephen. This is for my homeboy from Memphis, Tennessee. What's going on?
What up?
Time. I apologize.
It's all good.
He told me 8 o'clock.
While I got you, answer the question. Do you think dating is harder or easier with the internet?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. That's a multi-layered question there. In comparison to prior to the internet and social media?
I guess, however you want to answer it.
You know what? I would say that it's about the same. And the reason that I say that it was about the same is because the personalities and characters are the same. Men have not really, evolved that much. Women have not evolved that much. The only thing that has changed is the technology and the exposure that we use with the technology that we have in our hands. That's it. The games that dudes play are still very much the same. The games that women play are still very much the same. However, the exposure is different. Niggas getting their dick sucked on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Been getting
Yes,
their dicks
sir.
sucked.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? I mean, that's nothing new. You know, I mean, women have always used their body and sexual wiles and their charm to get what they want, whether it was a dinner or a flight to California. That's nothing new. But now they have receipts. Oh, yeah, he was DMing me. Oh, he texted me. Oh, here's the ticket. You know, there's nothing new under the sun. So I can't say that it's harder necessarily or any easier. I think it's really just the same. The thing that's harder is being discreet. The thing that's harder is being secretive. The thing that's harder is being private. Now, when you, like I said, it's multi-layered. When you are more nuanced with the discussion about what's harder about it, then we can have that discussion. But like I said, that we might not have time for that tonight.
We got time. We got time. Make it do what it do.
But you know, as far as dating is concerned, it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same.
Okay.
It's about what you want to do.
Okay.
I would say Stephen hit a lot of key points, and I agree.
Absolutely.
I would say it's probably harder. I would say more people are getting more catfish now, because I can tell you this: these doggone women posting these doggone pictures, that ain't them. They didn't put filters on it and all that stuff and all that. So when you actually meet, you're like, who the hell is you? That wasn't who I was talking to online. Nah. So that, to me, the internet has kind of made it easier for people to be fake and be an imposter, because you don't know who the hell you really meeting online.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a somebody else before I go.
I was gonna say, I think it's just more saturated. So you have to pick through all the mess to get to anything that's worth anything. I think it's still easier, but it takes a little more time to find something that you really want, getting through all the garbage.
So I agree with that last point and really all the points, but I want to kind of, Stephen, you knocked a lot. You touched on a lot of things. People are basically the same. You're absolutely correct in that. You know, we are who we are. You know, having said that, the internet for me definitely made things easier. You know, because it gave me more access. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, Stephen, people are generally the same. And what you said, Brother Lamar, now it made it harder, I guess, to find somebody real, because we can reinvent ourselves behind social media or whatever, you know, those things. And I've catfished a few bitches too. I'm not going to knowingly tell a bitch that I weigh 350 pounds. She ain't coming over here then. You know, I need that bitch to think I'm, 202 muscle bound. Now, when she get here, do you want to fuck or you don't? You know, so I'm all for that. You know, it is what it is. You know, but I look at it like this.
Okay, yeah.
I'm all for. I go into it. My mindset, go into it thinking that she's not who she says she is. It's going to be off. I'm okay with that. You know, do you really think when I look at her profile that this bitch rides horses and goes to trips to France? No, this bitch works at Walmart and she probably eats French bread. Come on. But I don't care about any of that anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's a means to an end. So
not the French bread.
Internet has made it easier. And I'm like an old lion. I told you I like damaged women. My thing is, you women out there, who super intelligent, great jobs, and I gotta chase you. I don't have the energy for that shit. I'm an old lion. I just want to eat, sleep, and fuck. So my thing is, all that effort I gotta put into getting the internet has made it so much easier. I can click through pictures, swipe left, swipe right, and basically I can be up front now. You don't have to catfish. I can put ads out there 100%. You know, double list, Craigslist. You're able to say, I am looking to get my dick sucked. Period. I'm looking for somebody to come over here on the creep, drink, smoke, and suck some dick and get the hell out. And I guarantee you're going to get hits. That's what the internet has done. It's opened up lanes, because the beautiful thing about the internet, the worst possible thing you can think of, somebody's into.
Lee, like back in the day, Lee, like say you guys are hanging out with your homeboys and you see a girl that's beautiful and you get her number, you're excited because you haven't seen a woman that looks that good and you want to call her, et cetera, et cetera. Nowadays, it's the opposite. You see beautiful women everywhere.
Absolutely.
So it's easier now. You just go on a profile and DM and then you in there. So
right.
That's why I think it's a little easier.
But you made some great points, brother Steven, and so I agree with you. But it's made it easier for me. I ain't got to run and chase. You ain't got to even leave your house. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to take in consideration the dangers that the bitch might try to rob you or something. So you have to know how to play the game. And then when you get her before she gets you, she have to charge it to the game. I've been robbed. So
Man, what
sometimes
kind,
I got the better.
you say,
Black. You said what?
Black, what kind of chicks you been messing with, dog?
Yeah, right.
It's the same bitches that say they're a nurse or they're teacher stuff.
Bitches, damn.
Sometimes they came over a little too late. You drank a little too much. You fell asleep. The bitch she got me. You have to
I mean, you know what? Look. I'm gonna be transparent with you. I love you, brother. But when you go after low hanging fruit, what do you expect?
That's why I'm not mad. But that's what I'm telling you. That's all I'm looking.
She ain't stink, right?
My arms don't reach that high no more, my
You
brother.
want the damage ones.
Hopefully she ain't stink.
I mean,
most of the time. Well, but again,
there's that.
They don't always stink right off. They don't always stink right off.
They
the
don't
bat.
always think, oh wow, okay.
Okay. If I'm gonna be perfectly frank, I don't want no pussy that ain't got a little smell to it. I don't want no brand new pussy smell like it come off the factory. You got to have a little smell to it. Come on, y'all.
You know what? Hey, you know what, man? I'm done with you, Black. I'm done with you.
You went already down the rabbit
Black.
hole.
So you wanted to smell like something once you start agitating.
It's got to smell like something. I don't trust the pussy that don't have
You want
no
no stank
smell.
on it, right?
A little
Don't have no
seasoning,
smell.
Okay.
It's got to have something.
Okay.
I ain't saying it got to smell like a catfish, but little
Lord have
with the
mercy.
iron smell.
tuna when you first open up, I'm okay.
Oh, bro. You know what,
first
bro?
open the can, it ain't that bad. It's when you let the can sit for 2 or 3 days that it really takes on a peculiar odor. But when you first open tuna, it's not that bad.
Fresh fish as opposed to sour fish. Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I think in relation, we gonna steer it back. We're gonna steer it back a little bit. In relation to the question that you asked, though, I think that your point to as far as accessibility is also multi-layered, because the internet, the World Wide Web as we know it, definitely grants accessibility. Now, for certain gentlemen, I can cast my net instead of, in Lake Superior, I got the whole Atlantic fucking ocean at my fingertips, which increases my chances of possibly getting what I want and maybe some of what I don't want. Okay. Now, here's the other thing. If you're maybe a gentleman that is, I dare say, slightly more selective, that can be a little overwhelming to you because now you got 10 bitches that's fine as fuck within driving distance. Now, what the fuck do I do?
Very true.
And they they all nurses, they lawyers, they teachers, they whatever the case may be. And so now I'm the alpha male in the vicinity. So now I got to pick and choose, or I got to figure out how in the fuck I'm gonna juggle this shit.
And that was my specialty. That was my specialty. Putting them in rotation, juggling. Absolutely, that was my specialty.
Right?
Because I assumed they was lying. And if I knock them down, I don't want to see you again for 7 days anyway. So
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this also. Now. Here's the other thing. Again, I say this out of love. Now, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So my thing is,
I'm super clean. I'm super clean. I'm super clean. Now I might not be shit, but I'm super clean.
What I'm saying is you come across and you're like, well, I'm expecting her to be a little nasty. I'm expecting her to lie. I'm expecting this. I'm expecting that.
I really
do.
So
I'm like,
I'm not kidding.
If you have such low expectations,
Steven, let me say this. It's not about, I swear to you guys, I'm not saying this for laughs or whatever. For me, it's not about that I have low expectations. I assume because they on that medium, internet, that comes with the territory. I just think human nature is that people are going to fudge on some of it. If somebody says I'm 5'6", 135 pounds, my experience has been when they get there, they're more like 5'4", 160 pounds. Because then you go, oh, I put on a little bit of weight. I'm okay with that. Good pussy is under a belly. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying?
Tupac.
You know, whatever
All the
your
pictures look
company
like
is.
this.
You know, some of the pictures are old, this, that. For me, it comes with the territory, but you got to remember, if I'm meeting her from the internet, my thing is I expect that comes with the territory. Now, if I meet somebody in my favorite places like the grocery store, I'm visually seeing what I'm getting. You know, I have a better opportunity for that person to be more direct with me. But the internet, for me, has made it easier. But I assume that it comes with the territory that it's going to be a little bit of fudging of the truth, you know, because as you get to know the person, now you find out the bitch got kids. She said she only had one. Now she got 4. Come on now, you know.
See, okay, so I think I found a chink in the armor. So what has to happen, because technology has evolved, okay, and technology, we know shit. They come out with an iPhone every damn year. They come out with
Right.
the 13, the 15, the 16. So here's the thing. What you have to do is refine your vetting process. You have to refine your vetting process. Just like they refine the interview process, just like, they finding the folks on LinkedIn now to get jobs. You don't even really have to go fishing for a job. They fish for you. They'll send you a link, this, that, and the other. So what you have to do as technology evolves, you have to refine that vetting process
Here's the one flaw in that logic. Everything you said in principle is correct, except when you're dealing with human beings and nature, all bets are off. You cannot moderate human behavior. Nope. So even with the best of the apps that you could try to filter this in, filter that out, you know what you can't filter out? Human nature of people. I know. Let's say you do all of the filters and you get the person that looks like she says she's gonna look. She really does have that job. It might actually be trying to find something decent. So when you get her in here and I prepared a steak and I prepared broccoli and some mushrooms and I got a nice thing of wine, you know what she didn't really tell you? She's not looking for something serious. She just wants something clear on the back of her throat. So you can't moderate behavior. Even if you go through the vetting process. And so I just accept it for what it is. Social media in of itself is not a bad thing. Overuse of it is a bad thing, where people get on here telling their every business, showing you what they got to eat and shit. This is a medium right now I'm enjoying using because I can get my point across, but I'm not on it every day. So even when they vet it, so whatever the site may be, now hit to your point, it depends on what sites you might go to. Now, you might have some sites that have established a few parameters in there where they themselves have vetted the person, but I'm not going to those sites because, again, I'm an old lion. I don't want to work that hard. I really don't give a shit where she worked. The truth of the matter is, if I'm online looking for a bitch, I'm trying to get sucked and fucked. That's the plain truth. That's for me. So I'm not going to go to the site, match.com, where they put you through 100 questions and stuff. I got 2 real questions. Can you suck dick and can you get here? That's it.
And I'll say this. To your point, I will totally agree with your point. One of the things that is going to be always a factor and a question mark is human nature. Absolutely. But that goes the same as back in the day. When you met, females at the bar, when you meet them at the club, you're always going to meet the representative. Ain't no bitch going to come to the club in flat, their hair not done, no makeup, and telling you, oh, well, hey, what's up? They're not going to approach you on that level, and then they're going to halfway slick, try to be kind of angelic in the club anyway, because they don't want to be that club hoe.
I'm actually agreeing with you.
Even if they are that club hoe and half the club didn't have them.
Most of them hoes. If they ain't there after 12 o'clock, they hoes anyway. So I already know this. It's rule of
So
thumb.
again, it's the same thing. It's the same
No. The human nature is the same, but we're talking about the internet because at least if I'm in a club, I see what I'm looking at.
Right.
I done watched her all night.
Right.
I done saw her shake her ass. I saw her bend over and touch her toes. I know to a certain extent. I done walk past this bitch and got a little smell to see if she is just musty or she funky.
Oh my
I'm
God.
peeping that
Oh my
already.
God.
And once 12 o'clock, when I look at my watch and she's still in here. She's fair game to take home because the real decent women who got decent jobs and got to go home, they left already.
And those are the ones that you don't
that's why
want.
when I was in the clubs, I don't want to work that hard. You at a vast disadvantage when I hand that person the number, and now you got to hope this bitch remembers you. Well, it's me the other night, and I met you, and this, that. Oh, I'm doing my hair. I got to do this, that. I don't have time for that. It's so much easier that I'm here, she's here. I know my place is clean. I can drag this bitch to the house. We can tell each other all the lies we need to tell each other, and she's gone before daylight anyway, so it's not going to matter. So the internet has made all that easier. Now with the internet, Stephen, I can fix myself some dinner. I ain't got to feed that bitch. Back in the day, I had to have church and chicken in the oven to feed that bitch. Now I ain't got to feed this hoe. I can set the parameters that these are the hours when you can come over and you know what you're coming for. And what's the going rate? Is it $40? You know, let's spit it out. It forces you to kind of get to the bottom line of it. I love the internet, but I got off of when I first moved here, I was running through them, but I just didn't want to be a 50-year-old man in the clinic because that just didn't look too cool and shit. So, you know, every time you fuck somebody, you got to wait 3 or 4 days and see how you're pissing. It's just to see if you're all right. So that just got old, you know. So I'm just saying, see, anyway, let me move on.
Right, you going the other way.
You know what? Okay, so here's the question. Here's the question that I would have, I guess, for the panel and particularly for you, because I think that you're at a point in life where love is not even in the cards. I just feel that that's just not what you want to do. So when that's not what you want to do,
but we don't have enough time to answer that.
If that's not what you, because that's the vibe that I'm getting. So if that's not what you're going after, if that's not what you're looking for, if that's not the energy that you're projecting, then you won't get it, and you'll continue to get the same thing over and over again. You're gonna get a good blowjob. You know, you're gonna get a bitch that's gonna turn up with you every now and then. But
they even
you know
slacking
what I'm
on that now.
But what I'm saying is, like, if that's what I think, if you're looking for love, I think if you put that energy out in the universe, I think that just as sure as the earth goes around the moon and the earth turns on its axis, you will find it.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna move on to another question. I hope you're right. And that's why I'm working on me. But I hope you're right. You know, I hear you, and I love what you're saying, and I love that you're an idealist. I consider myself a realist, but I hope I'm wrong, and I'm not an optimist. So I hope that you're right, and that's why I started by saying that brother right there gives me hope, believe it or not. But I haven't found what I look for, and maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. So I hope you're right. But I want to get to another question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think you should look for it either, because they say it's not of God when you look for it. I think it should just happen, like fall in your lap, like.
Well,
like
even on that, here's the question I raised about that, brother DJ, on my platform many times. I've asked a simple question to women: where can we meet you? Because before the pandemic, when we met you on the job, you know what I'm saying? You try to be chivalrous and open a door, you get brushed aside because being too nice is viewed a certain way. You know, I ask women on my panel, if we approach you where can we approach you? In a church, grocery store, in the street? Because that's the pervasive attitude. Now, to your point, what I love about it is I do hope that organically I meet somebody when I'm not even looking for it. You know, but I have to be realistic too. I said I'm a realist, Stephen. My lifestyle has changed a whole lot now where I work from home. You know what I'm saying? I go out only a couple of times. I'm not a church goer. I don't go to big functions. So I've limited my options of places where I can go to meet women anyway. So my thing is, I'm pretty much out of the game. When I get horny enough, I just dip my toe back in, get what I need, and go back out the game. But anyway, let me go to another question. This one is from Tasha. And so, I like the question and said, if you could pick, this is kind of a fantasy question. Well, maybe not. If you could pick any two other people in the world to have a threesome with, who would it be? If you could pick any two other people in the world.
Yeah, look at Lamar. Lamar raising his head like he in class. Like, let me go first. Let me go.
Megan Good and Tiana Taylor.
Megan Good and Tiana Taylor.
Yes.
Nice combination.
Yeah, that's a little bit of both. Got a little hood chick. You ain't got the real pretty chick. Yeah, and Tiana gonna do some tricks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else want to go next?
I paid for it actually.
I'll speak on it because I know mine would agree. Well, she'll laugh at it though. It would be Megan Good and Rihanna.
Megan Good and Rihanna. Megan Good done made the list twice.
Rihanna's dead to us, Bert. She's dead to us.
That's where I was going.
Oh, we say dead.
Yeah. She no longer is alive.
Yeah, she got her club then got shot up. Yeah, so we can't.
No, I think she bloated.
I agree. Anybody else you want to go? Chime in. Anybody you want to pick?
I say Christina Milian and J-Lo.
Okay.
I've heard that name.
Christina Milian.
Yeah.
I never heard anybody mention Christina Milian.
Yeah, I've heard that name in a minute.
I love her.
Christina Milian, fine.
She is
She's
fine,
still fine.
And then Jennifer Lopez 10 years ago. Okay.
Just right off the top of my head, Ashanti and Lisa Ray.
Ashanti and Alicia Ray.
Lisa Ray 20 years ago.
I agree.
Lisa,
She's still fine.
Lisa Ray now. Lisa Ray now.
I'm curious. Everybody's picking famous people.
And Ashanti.
Ashanti, yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
Any two people in the world. Okay. Stephen, Rashawn?
I would have to say probably Kelly Rowland and Lauren London.
Lauren London.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That's
Kelly
a
Rowland. Oh yeah, she definitely
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Before Nip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stephen, you left, my brother.
I just really threesomes just don't appeal to me. I know I'm gonna be the odd man out on this one.
Okay.
If I had a fantasy, it would definitely be Megan Good. I'm selfish. I only got one dick.
Okay.
That's all you need.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Hey man, just make sure it's aired up. Just make sure it's aired up.
Yeah.
If you need some fix-a-flat, put some fix-a-flat in it.
I'm glad you said that. 10 years ago, I would have picked somebody famous when Johnny O could really handle his business. Johnny O don't do what he used to do no more.
Johnny O.
I'm old. I'm a diabetic. I got sciatica and
Johnny Ho or Johnny O?
Johnny O. I got a whole lot of shit wrong with me.
Johnny O.
At this stage of my life. You know, the stamina ain't where it used to be. A damn sure ain't picking these bitches up. You know, right now for me, I've been looking for somebody for about 6 or 7 years. You know, famous in my young days. Now is a young lady out there named Yvette. Some of the best pussy I ever had. Don't know her last name.
About somebody that you know that you done went through.
The question was, I can. So does it say if I could have a threesome with Yvette? Yellow bones, big old red nipples, fat pumping titties, ass just ridiculous. Pussy is just as clean as watermelon. This is good. And screams at the top of her lungs.
My brother said watermelon. Good Lord.
Screams. I make you feel like you Superman, like you just murdering her. And she like all of the nasty shit I like, choking her, all of the good stuff. You know, if I could pick, she would be there. and I can't name this other person because I'm waiting on you to visit me, sweetie. But you would be in this threesome too, because she's smoky dark skin.
I thought it had to be famous people, so it could be.
No, that's what I said.
I didn't know that.
I said why y'all.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Oh, okay.
My
Well,
third
there's two on my friends list that I would like, but I ain't gonna mention that.
No, my third would be somebody that's a viewer. I'm not putting no name out there. And she's supposed to be coming to visit, waiting on it to warm up. But I would like her and Yvette threesome because Yvette is a yellow bone. This person is smoky black. Got some nipples are pierced, pussy is pierced. They both just as freaky as you can. And they kind of, and I tell you what, even for a fat old man at this stage of the game, I would take my blue pills. I would die beating them pussies. I would be willing to die beating them pussies.
I got a yellow hammer. I can say the same for. Yeah, I got one too.
If I fell out and died from a heart attack, I would be okay with them too, because they are just as adventurous as you can imagine in bed. They opposites in terms of where they look. Because the dark skinned one, she got some good pussy on her. Yes, sir. And that head game is magnificent. She likes it rough. And so a threesome with them two, it would be nonstop, absolutely amazing. And so, Yvette, if you out there, I need to find you. And baby girl, you can bring a friend when you come. But okay.
She sound like Cinderella.
Oh my God.
I'll try to tell you. Yes, Lynette, the blue pills. When I got good insurance and I demand them blue pills. You got damn right. I'm stocking them up.
Go to the gas station, get some of them pills off the hanging up behind the counter.
Yeah. I don't know if those work. I want the real shit that the medical community is the FDA is behind them. That gas station shit, the hell no. I don't know about that.
Oh my God.
Okay. You know,
oh yeah, why I keep picking Megan Good, man? You know her box trash. When the pastor leave you, that means your box trash.
Damn.
That's what she's trying to be saved. That's what she's trying to be saved. That doesn't matter. Came back at
so
he waited till he got married.
Damn, DJ.
So it's gotta be her. It's what
DJ
about him?
Went in.
Hey,
Even
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe he couldn't handle his business.
He waited till he got married, and that box is trash, and the pastor couldn't take it. You know what? I gotta get out of here.
But he stayed for almost 9 years, and it was trash. He could have dropped her after 9 months.
Who leaving Megan Good? As men, when our girl got that good, we're not leaving that girl until she blocks us or whatever. He left Megan Good. You know that box is trash.
I think she left him.
No,
I do too. I think she left him, DJ.
Got tired of that side.
I think so.
All this goddamn praying. Every time we see him on social media, his ass crying and praying. Ain't nobody that damn saved.
Because her box trash.
I guess he didn't put enough
DJ, you know what the problem was? No, on the serious note, you know what the problem was? You're right. He's a preacher. Here's the thing. Nephew, I sent the link to your messenger yesterday. I just sent it to you right then. All you gotta do is click on the link if you want to come in. It's in your messenger and it's posted in here if you want to come on. But I'm gonna say this, and I believe this with all sincerity. Remember what we talked about earlier? Maybe the problem is that as a pastor, as a minister, he's handling her with kid gloves. You know, I only want to have sex when we in the bed, and I want to make love to you. She probably want to be fucked. She's probably used to a roughneck in that pussy where he playing Kingdom melodies and soft music and shit and sprinkling petals around the bed and rubbing her thighs real soft when she wants somebody to grab her ankles and the back of her neck and beat the living daylights out of that pussy.
To the white meat.
You know, but he all soft and tender with her because that's my wife. And I'm a godly man. You know, be godly. That's all right. But God see you. You know, God gonna forgive you. Beat that pussy like you the devil. Stop playing with that pussy.
I disagree.
You know what I'm saying?
I disagree.
I'm just giving you my theory.
Disagree.
Go ahead.
Some of the biggest hoes there are ministers. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
saying he a
fact.
They
hoe. I'm
fucking
talking
the
about
first lady
we're not
and they
talking about
fucking the
we're not
church
talking about whether
secretary.
he
What
a
are you
hoe.
talking about?
We're not talking about whether he a hoe. I'm talking about how he treats her as a
That's
wife.
what I'm saying. They dogging the pussy out.
I
If
got a
he's
question.
soft, that's
I got a
him
question.
being soft.
Well, that's what I'm
Let's
agreeing
not
with
put
you.
it on
I
the
think
ministry.
but what I'm adding to that is because he's a minister, what I'm saying is he might be treating her a little too soft glove. That's all I'm speculating. Now, if you asking me behind the scenes, is he a dog? Absolutely. You know, I'm sure he's doing his thing, but I'm saying we got Paul finally made it in. What's going on? And that's my theory. This is nephew. What's up, nephew?
What's up, man? Tapping in.
All right. So I got another question on the move on because this is a good one. I want to be able to get to this one. This one comes from Lynette. If you could write a note to your younger self, what would you say in only 3 words?
Live your life. Travel.
Live your life.
Experience some things before you settle down.
If you could write a note to your younger self in only 3 words, what would it be?
All right, here we go.
Stay focused, DJ.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Stay focused, DJ. I'm giving you guys a minute to think this
Make
one through.
better moves.
Take your time.
Don't marry her.
Oh, who said that?
Me.
Crazy.
Bird.
Don't marry her.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's a good question.
Wow.
In only 3 words.
Right.
Hoes ain't loyal.
Oh.
Wow.
What would you say, Unc? Wear condoms often?
Be brutally honest. They like.
Nah, I was listening to the show, man. Good,
Me,
man. I'm trying to get on.
to my younger self, I would in 3 words, enjoy the journey.
I like that.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was joking. I was joking. Real talk. I would have told myself, love yourself first.
Oh,
real talk.
I like that
love
one.
yourself
I like
first.
that one.
I
like
would say
that one.
always be you.
Always be you. I like that one too.
Get the money.
get the money.
That too.
Spoken like a true businessman. Paul, what would the 3 words you would say to your younger self?
I said make better moves.
Yeah.
This thing, it's like it's never too late. Make better moves, you know.
That's a good
And
one.
I feel like a lot of things that everybody's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell your younger self to change the trajectory of your life when you older, but some of these things you could just apply right away and get moving with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's true.
Except for
That's
don't
true.
marry her. That you can't change. You already did that.
Oh yeah, you can change it.
Or you can change it. If I
it.
want to go back to my younger self,
Get rid of
and
it.
tell myself something like, listen, don't make that move. Because that would definitely change my trajectory.
Yeah.
I got another. That one was. I like the inner thoughts of those. I got one from Shantae again. Like yeah, it really was.
Mm-hmm.
Would you marry someone who's had sex with your friend?
Ooh. Hell no.
Would you marry somebody who's had sex with your friend?
Nope. It's easy for me. Nope.
That question is coming from a female.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if she means from a woman's point of view, or what she's asking, or as a man, because I think most men would say, but I'm gonna speak for myself. That's a hell no. That's a hell no.
Yeah.
Let alone marry. I wouldn't even deal with you anymore.
Really?
You slept with one of my friends?
Nah, I ain't never.
If it's one of my associates, yeah. If it's one of my close friends, no, of course.
The fact that you slept with anybody already makes it difficult to move on, right? So now that you slept with somebody I know in that lane, that's like a level of trust to say, like, damn, what won't you do?
Yeah. I have to
Again,
agree.
So
That
marrying
question
is out
is
of the
that
question.
question is that's
And to
Because you
that,
said
that's a
friend.
question that
something
you
in
really have
there,
to unpack
Look,
because it has
if
some
Wait a
you
minute,
saying
it has some
friend,
layers to
that's
it.
a part of my
It
inner
has some
circle.
layers to
I
it.
need context though. I need
yeah,
context. Like if
I was,
you slept with your friend prior to meeting you,
it was so I feel you. So that would matter for you.
Oh, okay,
Oh
okay.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Cause
yeah.
I was just gonna say, did
That's
you
That's
know?
that's a good
that's
point.
that's
Because
what
That's a
I'm
good
saying.
it could
point.
have been a quick fuck for my
It,
friend that night.
it has some layers
I may
to
not
it.
even
And I'm
know.
gonna tell you why she asked it, because this came up on a show we just did. I think it was the last one before, where we were talking about women feel like if they finish dating somebody, that person is completely off limits no matter what.
Mhm.
And I was saying on the show that I didn't feel that
Right.
way. For women, and even it got a lot of chatter that if a woman stops dating a man, her best friends and her friends, they're supposed to respect the code
I
that
agree.
he's off limits.
Right.
So I disagreed with that, but I think that's where she was coming from. That would you marry somebody that has slept with one of
One
your best friends?
somebody you know, your friend. See, the thing is
I'll
that
be honest. If I knew if she slept with my friend, hell no. If I did know, well, shit, I didn't know. So I just had to chalk that up to the game.
Okay.
it's
But if I
pride. It's
knew,
pride.
I knew personally
It's a
that
man's
she did.
pride.
Nah,
Honestly,
I would.
it's a man's pride because the way I feel, I've had a situation like that, but it wasn't a serious situation. Just a woman you dealing with, and then come to find out, it's basically like one of your bros be like, yo, I hit that back in the day, or something like that.
To your
And
point, that's why Shantae's clarifying.
Oh, okay.
She said she meant slept with someone prior to
She
meeting
says,
you.
Nope.
okay, see,
Yes.
that's where pride comes in, because now
So you'd be okay with
the
it.
context, it has to be some context to it even further, because now you have to say how deep in are you in this relationship that you even found that out, because now if you even talking about marriage, there's already love, there's already feelings there.
So for you,
So
you'd be okay with it.
you're asking me?
Yeah. If would you marry
No,
somebody who?
no.
Okay, that's why I wanted to get.
But there is context to it, because
I got it. I got it.
I'm saying no generally based on the fact of learning that before I even go any further into the relationship.
I got you. I got you.
But
I
if I
got you.
done propose to the woman, but see, now that brings up a whole nother issue, because now if after proposing and going this far into relationship, now you want to tell me this. Now I feel like,
So I
damn,
agree. I
kept
I feel you on
a
that.
secret from me. Maybe you felt it was that big, or maybe you felt that we weren't
Okay.
that official, we weren't that deep in to let me know. But
Okay.
you still could have told me. But I would have thought that now, if you mentioned friend, that most likely your real friends, your boy gonna tell you anyway.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Not
And so,
necessarily.
Right.
Not necessarily.
That ain't your friend if
I
he
No,
mean,
don't tell you.
not necessarily. I agree
I
with
don't agree
Black.
with
Not
that either,
necessarily.
DJ.
No,
I mean,
it may not
I
somebody
could
be.
be a
said
good.
somebody
Hold
was
on, hold
going
on,
in
hold
and
on, hold
saying
on,
that's
hold
not
on.
your friend.
Yeah, hold on. So I don't necessarily agree with that. Sometimes some things are meant to be kept a secret.
Nah,
I
fuck
don't know
that.
goddamn thing.
Not with friends.
I'm gonna
That's
tell
what I
you.
feel.
If
Now
I'm
That's what I
gonna
one
feel.
marry
thing
her
about
and my
me,
boy
That's
know he
true too.
smashed her, he didn't
So
tell
I
me
feel like it's
that.
too many
Hold
women
on,
in
hold
the
on, hold on,
world.
hold on. Let
Go
somebody
ahead.
go ahead, DJ.
I said if I'm gonna marry her and my dude know he smashed my fiance or wife to be, he didn't tell me. That's an issue in itself. Like one, I can't trust this nigga because
right,
he had smashed my wife and he didn't even tell me
right,
about it. So he probably
yeah,
shit, he could
but
right,
still
she
be
wasn't
smashing
your
her when I'm
wife at the
married.
time.
Hold on.
She
Right,
might
but it wasn't
smash
right.
your
her
wife.
again.
But no, but
Right,
you feel
right.
like, but for you, that's what I say. This is how you feel. So I respect that.
Now,
Rashawn, you had something to add.
but wait, but now I'm
Okay,
gonna
go
be in
ahead.
prison because I'm gonna kill him and then I'm
Damn,
gonna kill her.
damn,
Hey
DJ.
Black, hey Black.
Damn,
When
DJ.
you asking that question, she's telling you right before you
We
get
don't
married, or she
know.
telling you from the rip?
So that's what Paul said. It's circumstantial, depend on a lot of different factors. But we just
yeah.
talking about in general. So
Right.
Yeah, in general, I
answer it
can't.
in
No, I
general.
can't do that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It ain't got to do with pride or nothing like that. It's just the fact that you just my inner circle. Like, listen, you smashed my homie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna roll like that. But if you keeping it from me, And you can't tell me from the rip, because number one thing, you should give me the opportunity to make that decision for myself.
Okay.
Hey, listen, if you come to me saying, listen, yeah, I
Right.
did sleep with so and so and so and so, give me that chance to make my own decision. But if you're
Okay.
not telling me and you're on some deceitful shit, fuck out of here. Nah.
Okay.
You're a
Rashawn,
bird. Get out of
jump in
here.
here.
I,
Jump in here, Rashawn.
I agree with you on that, man. Like that's why I say everything is about being honest and transparent. I mean, if you open and honest with me in the beginning, I may be okay with it. You know,
Okay.
give me that opportunity to make that decision.
Okay. So I'm gonna answer for me, and it might be because of my age or my own personal experiences. And I'm being serious, about this. It wouldn't matter to me. First of all, I believe there are certain things that need to be kept secret. I believe that with every fiber of my being. I believe some secrets are meant to be taken to the grave. Truthfully speaking, if I've got somebody, you fucked my best friend or good friend of mine, if you have your reasons why you two feel like y'all didn't want to share that's buried in the past or whatever, I don't need to know. I don't even want to know everything about your past or whatever. That's why it's called a past for me. And I'm okay with that. That wouldn't matter to me personally. If you fucked them or whatever, I've encouraged friends of mine that if you can get it, get it. So I just don't look at it that way. And again, if I'm with you now, that board is wiped clean from me. That really wouldn't matter to me. Jealousy to me is one of the most heinous emotions, and I've worked my entire life to not let that rear its ugly head in anything that I do. In fact, I'm always on the other end of the spectrum where I've been accused of not caring enough or giving a damn or not being jealous enough for that reason. Now, I have current friends right now. I fuck their woman. Some know and some don't.
I don't
It's
think
not
jealousy has anything to do with that.
no,
Though.
we're not talking about that. I'm telling you my story. So my
Okay.
thing is that I have friends right now that it's a secret that we are going to take to our grave. It didn't have nothing to do with him. It was before he came along. We had a history and we see each other and we good to go even now. And so that's okay. For all I know, that women I've been with, she could have fucked my boy or whatever. You don't have to tell me. I'm not that for me, it doesn't matter. For me, it really doesn't matter. And I'm okay with some secrets. That's okay.
Well, your boys just found out.
Well, it's many of them. So it's many of them.
Oh, okay.
Well, Black, but
It's
you
many
said
of
that's
them.
before you know your boy, right?
I'm sorry.
One of them, you said it was before you knew him, right?
I've done it with. There was a time in my life that I did not believe in
Friendship.
that a man and a woman could have, a platonic friendship. If
Okay.
you was my friend, we fucked. Because we're gonna fuck right off the bat. Let's get that out the way. Let's kill that curiosity. Now we can be the best of friends because I don't have to wonder what you look like naked and whether that head and tail is good.
And see,
that was
that's
the
the
way I
point right
approached it.
there. That's the point right there. Being married to a woman with a friend that had sex with her. Now he at the barbecue. They in the kitchen alone. It ain't no jealousy. It's just speculation of the sex.
I have no interest in these ladies anymore. They're really good friends of
No. But
mine.
we're not talking about that. We talking about you.
No, I'm
You on
saying,
the other end. We
saying
talking about your wife.
that wouldn't bother me. I don't have time to worry who she fucked. I could honestly care less.
If it was your closest homeboy, you wouldn't care.
I hope it was good. If it
wife?
happened before me, and let me say again, if they choose to keep it a secret for whatever their reasons are, it doesn't matter to me. I don't allow my brain to venture into that territory. Was he better than me, and why didn't you tell me? It doesn't matter to me. If she made the conscious decision to keep it from me for whatever her reasons was, I'm okay with it. That's me, but that's me.
Right.
That's why I said.
I think that you really, really have a good point. And I'm going to try to hone in and possibly give us an analogy to go by.
Okay.
The best analogy that I can come up with at the top of my head, and this is just totally at the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
If you date a woman, I know we're talking about friends or whatever, but I think it kind of boils down to sexual history. Okay. We talk about the intimacy of, my homeboy, my homie, my friend. But I think, like you said, some things are kind of best unknown. Let's say you talking to this girl, fine as hell, you know, everything's good, this, that, and the other. She was in a prior relationship to you maybe for 6 or 7 years. Dude had a 10-inch dick. He dicking her down, dicking her down, dicking her down, dicking her down. Now you know that you only bring 6 inches to the table. You know, what good is it gonna do you to know that she was with a dude for 6 or 7 years that had 10 inches and you only bringing 6 inches? Now in your head,
Well,
you're
now
like,
that's jealousy.
damn,
That's jealousy.
am I inadequate? This and that. So I think it really boils down to kind of sexual history. Some shit is best unknown. If everything is good,
That's different,
you
though.
dating her, this, that, and the other, and maybe you know she had a prior relationship, but it's understood that there's nothing there. It's strictly platonic, and y'all good.
That's where
why
I'm
do
coming
you
from.
disrupt what you got, or why do you say, "Oh well, you know what? I
don't
can't
allow
fuck with
myself
you."
to think
Shit,
about
we
that.
all got a sexual history.
But
We
that's
all
different,
got a
though.
sexual
That's
history.
different.
Can I just chime in? 'Cause I got to sign off. Let me just close
ahead.
out what said to touch on some of what he said.
Okay.
And then to go back to what you said. See, now that's where jealousy comes in. I wasn't talking jealousy. And the things you saying, I respect your opinion on it. But now to go strictly on the question or the topic at hand, what the young lady asked, we're talking about now marriage, because mostly you were speaking from the point of view of being the other guy, which we are all comfortable being the other guy. But now it's about, I'm not saying you, sir. I'm talking about he was speaking
I
from
even
the
said
perspective.
too. I would be okay either way. But go ahead.
Right. But now that brings the question of saying, on a broader scale, if you ask a man generally, would you be okay with marrying a known prostitute? And you're not a pimp.
Right.
See, that jealousy only comes about when you're worried about the things that took place. It's not about what happened and what they did. It's the fact that they did. And for me, my opinion is it's just too many women in the world.
Well, let me say this. And I know you got to go, and I want DJ, you coming right next. It is a little bit more than jealousy, because what these gentlemen are talking about is the code and friendship. You know, they're also talking about the code that a lot of you guys are saying that if you're my boy and you don't tell me, I introduce you to my girl and come along, you almost have a responsibility to say, yeah, look here, let me tell you something, man. You know, I don't know if you know this, but me and her did that. I'm simply saying I'm okay if they did their decision
to a
not
certain
to.
point.
So that's
I
not
agree with that.
jealousy.
Maybe
No.
you
So
don't
what I'm
gotta
saying
think-
is
but listen,
all I'm saying
we're
is it's
talking
more.
about-
It's about more than just jealousy.
We're talking about a wife. That's where it made
It
a difference.
It doesn't matter what the title
No,
is.
it doesn't matter to you. And I get that. I get
No,
that.
not to me. Even to the question. The question is, would you marry somebody? And I'm saying these gentlemen are simply saying that they would not marry somebody because that's something that needs to be disclosed.
But now, see, if we touched on now, if the question was, would you deal with, would you mess with, would you even have a relationship with?
No.
But see,
I even
marriage
answered it
makes
for
all the
marriage.
difference.
I even answered for marriage.
I'm just speaking on it generally, saying these
I
are
got
all
you.
the different tiers where you would have to look at
it's more
the
complicated.
situation differently.
Definitely.
Because maybe I would care less, maybe if my boy,
I get
told
you.
me or
I
not,
get you.
because I'm just
Let me-
dealing with this chick. But
I
now,
get
if
you.
I'm telling
Hold on,
my
let me
boy,
get DJ in
I'm
here.
thinking
That's
about,
what I
I'm thinking
said.
about proposing to her. She the
Oh,
one.
let me let
kid.
DJ get in here.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, DJ.
I'm gonna sign off, man. Y'all have a
All
good
right.
night, man.
Have a good
All
one,
right,
man.
bro.
I'm
Be
gonna catch
safe.
you on the next one. All right.
Okay.
All right, fellas.
Peace.
Enjoy.
All right, brother.
All right, peace, my brother.
Come on, DJ. I hope you forgot your point.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real quick. I was just saying to my man on my left scenario. So that's jealousy when you worry about the guy before you was better or bigger or whatever. I don't care about none of that shit. We both fucked, so I don't care about that. But as far as the topic of my boy not telling me, if it's my close boy, we're getting married to this girl that he smashed. He's my groomsman. He's right next to me on getting married in church, and he's not telling me that he smashed my girl.
Right.
That's betrayal.
That's what I was explaining from where you stood.
Right.
I get that. I get that. And that's what I'm saying. For me, it wouldn't matter. I wouldn't think about it. Shantae, if you were saying for me, if sexual history is big for me, even if sexual health is intact, you know, for me, again, I've never asked a woman ever in my life, how many men have you been with?
Right.
I've never asked that question. It's not relevant. I assume she's going to lie anyway.
Right.
Because to me, a woman is not going to tell you how many men she slept with. She's only going to tell you about the dicks that she liked.
Right.
She's not counting miscellaneous dick. The guy who she sucked his dick, when she was on vacation with her girls, and the guy that fucked her, and he only lasted 3 minutes. She's not talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out. We as men, we remember every filthy, nasty sexual act. If you gave me a hand job, I'm gonna be sitting on my porch at 80 thinking about that. So we're just built different.
I'm actually with you, Lee, on a lot of that. I either want to know when I start talking to the chick, because I ain't want to date somebody that I know that one of my homeboys screwed. I don't even want to date them. I don't even want to screw them. I need to know. Either I need to know, or you need to be the best secret keepers ever, and I never know.
And that's where I stand on that part. For me, it doesn't matter. If I got boys that were just as out there as me, and if he felt like he had a reason, damn, I ain't gonna tell Black that. Whatever y'all, that's okay. Because again, I'm sitting here telling my viewers some of their women I've been with. We made a conscious decision that we're not going to share it. Maybe I was asked that, when I tell you women are treacherous in some ways, I get that call. Look, I told him he was my brother. I told him this is that. That's fine, baby. I wasn't going to blab it out anyway. But okay, whatever you need me to be, I'll be cousin. It doesn't matter that you have your reasons why you want to kept secret.
Hey, cousin.
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 Because the way I see it, for all I know, when I go over to one of your fairs, you say, this is my cousin, my sister, he probably beats your brains out too. I'm not gonna get you said, did y'all ever fuck? I don't care. If I'm getting that pussy, don't give me nothing.
See, Lee, and I maybe I'm not going against a question, but I think that all falls into like worrying about what your girl did before you. I don't care about what my girl did before me. I don't care at all.
You're talking about the code.
Yeah, but my brother, my best friend was a key word.
That's what I articulate. You're talking about the code.
Right.
And even though I believe in the code, every code, you have a backdoor to it too. My backdoor is 99% of the time I agree with that, but there's that 1% of the time that now he don't need to know that. In fact, he can't handle that. He wouldn't be able to handle that.
Right.
I've done threesomes where the guy asked to be in it, and I asked point blank, you sure you're gonna be able to handle this? And then a lot of people, they think they want to be in a threesome until it's happening right in front of them, and all of a sudden you got a little bit more feelings for her. It's just pussy to me, and now all of a sudden you feel about her a certain way after the fact. I learned through experience that not everybody's built to handle certain things, and so some shit to me should be taken to the grave. That's just been my experience.
Right.
I got one last question in honor of Valentine's Day, so we can close out, on a good note.
Goddamn, Cupid, like, goddamn it, y'all wrap this shit up. Cupid, like, he tired of motherfucker. He's like, y'all, I've been flying around here with this arrow trying to shoot y'all motherfuckers, and y'all just sitting here arguing over who hit the pussy.
He gotta have a machine gun for this shit.
Shante say, to be honest, if it happened, just don't play in my
retire.
Face. Absolutely. So in honor of Cupid, this is for everybody on the panel. And this is a good one to end for our all-male panel Valentine's Day edition. For you right now, this is a question from Daracel, from D. What does being in love look like to you or feel like to you? What's that like for you right now? Where you at this place in your life? What does being in love look like?
Let me say it real quick, and I said it earlier. What I would want it to be, I'm not in love right now, but what I want it to be, again, that I've never had, I want to be able to be emotionally naked with that person physically and emotionally, where I can be me and she gets me. That's what love, and I can get her too, so we can both be on that same page.
Well said, my brother. Anybody can go next. What does love at this stage of your life look like?
At the place I'm in my life right now, and me being who I am, being a life coach, mental health is everything to me. So definitely having somebody that is going through the process of healing, because hurt people, right? If you broken, and if I'm already working on getting myself together, I can't help pull you up. I'm already at a vulnerable place in my life at you get what I'm saying at this
I
time.
do. I
So
love
I
it.
need you to be able to put in the work for yourself, right? So that way we can then come together
Absolutely.
and then we can just shine together. So to me, the mental health is everything, man. So that's to me that's what the love looks like. That when we both can just grow at that point together, and be able to put in the work, and, by ourselves. Because at the end of the day, before we got together, we were individuals.
I love it. I love it. Love the
Now
answer.
these individuals are coming together as a partner. So you
I
got to
love
put
it.
in the work yourself too.
I love it. Who want to go next?
Yeah, I can say, I can use all the fancy cliches and everything, but you know how when they say like, you just know, when you know the person, you just know it.
Right.
It's like, it's really, it's something that's undescribable. I mean, sometimes you can't really, it's not something that's really, it can be tangible, but it can be intangible, but it could be something like, like you get on my fucking nerves, but then you turn around like I love the shit out of you. Like you could just have them times, you get on my fucking nerve, but I love your
I
ass. You know
love
what
you.
I'm saying? Like you just can't. It's hard to
Right.
really describe. Like
I love
like
it.
I was saying,
I
like
love it.
it's like y'all like like you're linked together. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like you get each other. You just get it. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going too overboard. Everything is balanced.
I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'll piggyback off of that idea. And when you said it, it just popped in my head. That old school song, and I know you like old school music. What I need from you is understanding. In
So,
all thy getting, get an understanding. And I'll even go a step further. What's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Woo.
So what love is for me is
Woo.
understanding. We can communicate and talk at each other all day long. We can we can communicate till we blue in the face. But if you don't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, it ain't nothing that we can
I,
talk about.
I
If you
love
don't
it.
understand where I come from,
I
you
love it.
don't understand who I am as a man, there's no respect. If you
I
don't
love it.
understand some of the decisions that I make, some of the choices that I make, as the head of the household, then you don't get me. If you don't, sometimes we can just look at each other and just have an understanding. We
I
click.
love it. I
You
love
know,
it.
I don't have to ask you to do certain shit. You ain't got to ask me to do certain shit because guess what? We got an
You already
understanding.
know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
You
love
already
is
know.
for me. An
I love it.
understanding.
I love it. I love it.
Couldn't have said any better.
I love
man,
it. DJ or Lamar?
go
DJ?
ahead,
Come on,
Lamar.
my brother.
Just it's simple for me. Just someone that I can trust enough to be fully transparent with, and that reciprocated. That can trust me enough to be fully transparent, and then like each other's transparency, like everything about them, like it. Not necessarily just love it, but like it, and like the person, and like being around them every day.
I love it. I love it. Lynette said, come on, preacher. You were preaching there. Stephen, you was preaching. Shante said, damn, understanding is considered old school now. Yes, it is.
Right. We
Yes,
just
it
The
know it.
is.
song, the song, the song.
Yes, it is. You know,
Classic.
brother DJ, come on with it, man.
Man, you guys, all you guys put it very well put. I would just say for me, man, just effortless. Like it shouldn't feel like a job. It should just feel good when
I
I'm
like
doing
that.
it. Like whether you're mad at me or I'm mad at you, like we're just good. Like we can talk about it. We're not mad at each other. Like it just you do for me, I do for you, and it doesn't feel like a competition. It just feels like it just it just
I love
clicks.
It's
And when I'm away, I don't gotta
Yeah.
worry about what you're doing. When you're away, I gotta worry about what I'm doing. Just authentic. That's why I say
Right.
authentic is the word
I
for it.
love it. I love it.
Nice.
So I'll wrap it up from me where I'm at in my life at this stage of my life. And I know I say a lot of crazy shit. This is therapeutic for me, believe it or not, because what I do for a living, I have to hold all of this in so I get the chance to really, verbalize what I normally would be doing anyway. What love looked like for me is finding somebody that's as damaged as I am. And I know that sounds fucked up to say, but I mean it in the best possible way. It's just like you can say somebody is arrogant. Arrogance is only bad when it produces bad results. But if you're arrogant in terms of being confident and you know what you bring to the table. So in this is when I say damaged, I'm at a place where I love like for me finding somebody that has been through life, that has a mature outlook on having been through shit that breaks a normal person down. Because what I'm looking for is somebody who has passed all of that. They've seen and done all of those things. It didn't break them. It actually made them stronger. And that they have a general understanding of life and a comfort with where they are at. That they're no longer worried about what people think about them, body image, and all of the normal minutia and bullshit that prevent people from actually truly opening up. So all of the things you guys said about being authentic and understanding and truthful, I need somebody who's damaged enough to have gone through the bullshit so that they know what that feels like and know that they don't want that. And they're okay with where they are at this stage in their life in terms of, I am not perfect. I'm not even expecting you to be perfect. There was a time in my life where I had unrealistic expectations. So I'm looking for a love for me, for somebody who, this is who I am, accept all of me. And I'm okay with that. I'm beyond that place where I've got to work on. We're not talking about you always trying to be a better person, but I'm talking about the superficial shit. So all of the things you said, you know, to get me, my crazy sense of humor, you know, my moods. You said, well, what's understood don't need to be, you know, said, or real and honest, and I can bare my soul to. I don't want the, I need somebody who's not shocked at all of the dirty, nasty shit that I've done, because I hope she's done some of those dirty, nasty shits too. Because now that means that nothing is calling her out there. I don't want a virgin. I've been saying this for a long time. I need somebody with as colored a sexual history as mine, so that now we've been there. At 54, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and this is one of the city has one of the best night lights in the world. I never feel like I'm missing anything. I've clubbed more than 10 people. I fucked my shit all around. I want somebody that's lived life to the point where they're happy and settled to who they are, what they bring to the table, and they're okay with it. That's what love looks like for me at this stage, you know. So I used to have a physical vision in my head. I do not anymore. I have no idea what that person's going to look like. None whatsoever. You know, I know I like a fat ass. I know she has to be talented and sucking dick. But what that package is going to come in, I have no idea. And I'm okay with that. So I know there was a long-winded answer, but that concludes our all-male panel of Real Talk for Real Men, the Valentine's Day edition. I can't thank each of you guys enough. You know, I hope the women appreciate what it means to have guys get together and take time out of their schedules for these men to do this, to be transparent and open and honest, and to share with you real answers. And I hope you listen. I hope you learned a few things, you know, from this. And I appreciate you women. You guys are the backbone of my show.
Right.
I will say that for the record.
Yeah.
Without you, there is no show.
Most definitely.
You guys
right.
drive it. Your questions were fantastic.
Right.
Despite
Exactly.
all of our faults on this panel, and every last one of us guys on here, we got faults and stuff. It's women that keeps the world rolling around, you know, especially my African-American sisters.
That's right.
What you bared on your shoulder. I love you. I appreciate you. You guys put up with all the nonsense and shit that we talk and do, and you still love us despite it. And for that, you are in my queens, in my eyes. I thank you so much. I appreciate you. And you fellas, love you guys. Love you guys to death.
Now, what would
Thank you.
Kevin
Love you
Samuels
too, brother.
Love you.
You say what would Kevin Samuels say?
Man, fuck him.
DJ, you know what?
There you go.
I don't F with him like that, but he be saying some good stuff sometimes.
There you go. Kevin Samuels, if you ever
That's
see a
just me.
snippet of my little show hanging out in the wings that ain't on your level, look, brother, you are articulate, you are intelligent, you say some good shit, but again, it's a lot of it's your delivery,
Yeah, he does.
and a lot of it's for fake shit. But here on Real Talk for Real Men, I hope you guys can appreciate that everybody on this panel is different. We have a different point of view. And the beauty of it was we showed you that we can agree to disagree without being disagreeable.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And if I can get to a place where
and
more
then
men are
there's a
doing
show.
that,
Right. There's a show on TLG Network, Forgive Us Later, that also has a male perspective. A
I
movie
was literally going to
with
go around the
Lamb
panel.
Levity,
So there you go.
with DJ Sullivan,
No,
with
so
Charles
hold on,
Moore.
hold
If
on.
y'all want to get another male perspective,
that was my last part. I
okay,
wanted
go
the
ahead. My
women
bad.
are
I didn't
watching this.
mean to hijack. My bad.
I would never leave without giving my viewers an opportunity to hear from you where they can find you, because I hope in this 2 hours they've learned something about each and every last one of us. And I'm gonna go around the panel so you guys can say where you can be found or whatever you choose to say. I'm gonna start on the bottom with you, my brother Stephen. This is one of my closest, dearest friends from Memphis, Tennessee. I love this dude, and he already know. So, Stephen, what do you want to leave us with?
Oh, wow. Just be aware of the energy that you project in the universe, because karma, whether good or bad, it does come back. And just be aware of that energy, whatever it is. If it's love, if it's hate, if it's jealousy, if it's whatever it is, just be aware of that energy and guard your heart.
Beautiful, beautiful. Brother DJ, you've been a guest on my show many times. I finally got this brother on my show because his comments are fire as fuck. I love you, man, and thank you. So tell us a little bit where we can find you or whatever you want to say.
Well, first I appreciate the invite, man. Like, I love your show, man. Lamar, that's my guy. Kenny, my guy. Bert, I always mess with Bert in the comments. And my other two kings over here, man. You guys are just I appreciate being on the show tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, my
I
brother.
guess you can find us on TFG as well. Forgive Us Later is our show on Thursdays at 7:30 Central Time. So if you ever got some free time, man, just check us out. But once again, Lee, I appreciate everybody on the show and letting me be on the show tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Brother Bert, this my dude here from North Carolina. He gives me hope, and I just love the realness of this man. What you got to tell us, Brother Bert?
Listen, it's been an honor. I'm glad that you invited me on to be with these good brothers. This was a great show. And the one thing I just want to leave everybody with is just that make sure you just be yourself, be transparent, live your life unapologetic, and just be your authentic self. Just be yourself. Everything else will fall into place. Just be
Absolutely.
yourself and be true.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mr. Rashawn, a former co-worker of mine, somebody that I met and is authentic and as real as he can be. I've been trying to get this man on my show for a long time because he got so much shit going on. Brother Lamb, this is somebody you need to connect with because he has had his own show on YouTube. I'm talking about an actual, real fucking show, a day in the life doing his thing, and he knows people. And you've honored me tonight with showing up. What you got to tell us, brother Rashawn, and where we can find you?
All right. Yeah, I mean, you can find me on all social media platforms, at I Am Rashawn. Like I say, I got so much stuff that I'm working on, man. I'm so grateful to be a 32-year-old young Black man in Atlanta, man, just living my dreams. Like Freddie was saying, I'm actually getting ready to go in production of season 2 of my reality show, Rashawn, His Life, His Way. Just basically just following me, be building my empire here in Atlanta, family drama, yeah. And so I'm like I
He's
said,
a
I'm
real deal.
extremely grateful, man, to have, a little boy from little South Florida, little small town in South Florida, moved to Atlanta with dreams, goals, and been here for 9 years, and I've been doing it, man. So I'm, worked on the Housewives plenty of times, loving hip hop, T.I., Tiny. I work with all of them. So I'm just extremely grateful, man, for the opportunities. And especially I'm proud of Freddie, man, because I know he told me when he wanted to do the show, I think about a year ago, he was like, man, I got to get you on the show. You got to get you on the show. So I'm definitely honored to be able to just,
Thank
be in your presence tonight, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, my brother. Love you. Thank you to death. My brother Kenny, we're connected by a zodiac sign and even more connected in the year that I've come to know him. Brother Kenny is the better me. He's the better me, and I love him.
I
I
don't know
love
about
this
that,
man,
brother.
brother
I don't
Kenny.
know about
Tell us where
that.
we can find you.
Y'all know where y'all can find me. I'm on the TFG TV network. I am the sports guy. If you don't know, you better know now. You better subscribe to TFG Sports Media on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and on every other social media platform. You can find me on Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. I'm giving you the hottest takes in sports every Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Posting some nice stuff on our YouTube channel, just because of this man that's sitting here to my left right here. We're doing some big things there. So, ladies, I know y'all don't like sports. I'm not hard to look at, so come holler at me. Come check me out.
That's what's up.
We'll
That's
talk
what's
about
up.
something that you might like. You never
That's
know.
what's up.
And you can find me on, and I'm always with my man Black. That's my brother from another mother. You can find me on his show on Wednesdays and Sundays, and on Monday nights FG Tonight with Brenton Haynes, myself, Black, Brenton Haynes, and our girl Devin. You can find us there on Monday nights at 8 p.m. too. So yeah, shameless plug. I'm gonna do it. I know how to do it.
I love it.
That's
I
it.
love
I'm
it.
out. Now to my man over here to my left, Lamar.
I've saved the best for last.
I like how Kenny
Before I bring you in, I saved the best for last, Brother Lamar.
I like that.
During this show, I was invited to be connected to this man. I call him the Barry Gordy of social media. Truly one of the hardest working gentlemen behind the scenes, on his grind, intelligent, know what the hell he's doing. But if you took all that away, while I love him, he's a good person. With so many shady ass people, that you might come across, this is just somebody who is authentic and real. I am proud that my show is connected to TFG TV, his platforms, and I call him Barry Gordy for a reason. Look at that face. Remember that name. 2022. Brother Lamar, tell him what you're all about.
I appreciate that, man. You always give some good introductions. I appreciate that, man. It's a pleasure and honor working with you too. Like I told you before the show, we're like family now, big time. Same thing with Kenny over here. I was saying earlier, I love how he advertises, y'all. He says he's just a sports guy, but he's also the SVP of TFG TV programming. That's how you know when everybody's show goes on. So he knows everybody's time slot. All that stuff. So definitely a pleasure and honor to work with you too, Kenny. But you can find me at TFG TV. Also, Lamb Levity and the Real Estate Insider is the main one that I'm going to advertise today. If you want to see some celebrity houses, real estate, go to the Real Estate Insider. You can see me there. That's all.
Fantastic. And he was being modest, but look.
He's like being modest, content, man. Y'all just don't know.
Very,
this dude right here,
modest.
This dude right here is hilarious.
He didn't even go into his real estate show.
If you really knew him, he's
3 million. He's being modest. So with that said, don't take my word for it. If you like this show, like, comment, and share it. And you can find me on YouTube or Facebook, of course. But you can find me by simply going to TFG TV, because you're going to get a hell of a lot more than just this show. Subscribe to TFG TV because you are going to get it all. Real estate for the stars, politics, religion, men, relationships, TFG his and hers. You're going to get it all. So I hope that you've invited your friends to watch this all-male panel show. If you haven't already, like, comment, share, subscribe. We need your support. We want to continue to do this, to bring content like this to you, because at the end of the day, whether we agree or not, we love our people. We love our viewers. We love being able to present ourselves to you in this way and keeping it real. So until next time, I will see you on the other side. This has been another edition of Real Talk for Real Men. Thank you, guys. Love you. Have a great rest of your week.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.